Hello, gents. This video, I know it's been a while, but this video is going to cover combinations, particularly with the natural stance. This video is over natural stance combinations. So let me go ahead and get started for you, with the first combination being the jab cross. So, first and foremost, you want to start engaging your breath. That is the most important thing. Get that deep, fluid breath. Filling up the bottom of the lungs, letting that belly expand, contract. That's where you want to start. Then engage in a proper stance, and in this case, the natural stance. Remember, you're putting most of your weight on the back leg that is cocked. The lead leg out in front, it's loose, it's nimble. So this is your power leg. This leg here in the back is your power leg. That's what's going to drive your strikes, drive these combos. If at any point when you're doing a combo and you lose that leg drive, where you no longer feel that your legs are delivering the force, then you need to stop, reset, consider the mechanics, get your breath back. But what I'm trying to stress is don't let the combos overrule your stance work, because that tends to happen with combinations. You're throwing multiple strikes in a sequence, and you get so caught up in that you'll start neglecting your stance. So don't do that. Okay, so without further ado, here's the first combo series in the natural stance. Guard hands up. It is the jab cross. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jab with the lead hand, which is just a straight punch, right? Just a straight punch from the lead hand. Okay? Throwing this jab, it doesn't have to be that powerful of a punch. It's more like a stun in this series, in this combo. You're going to stun with the jab, and then the backhand, you're going to do a cross. Remember that? It's where you throw a straight punch, but at an angle. Kind of like a long-range hook. When you throw that jab, to keep in mind where you're punching. You're obviously going to punch someone straight on the face, most likely. Try avoid punching someone in their mouth, though, in the teeth area with that jab, because you will slice open your knuckles. So punch, maybe on the side of the nose, even straight on the nose, around the cheek area. I just want to stress, do avoid the teeth, because it will slice open your knuckles, okay? So here, let me show you the combo again. It's jab, cross, and of course the cross is engaging the chin of the opponent. You want to hit right here on the button with that cross, so that their neck kinks. You want that neck to kink. You want that jaw to dislodge. Preferably you want to do maximum damage, so that the neck kinks, pinches on their spinal cord, and you get a knockout, okay? So, back in natural stance. Breathe deeply. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. I'm feeling good leg drive. It comes from the back. See that? It's straight on jab at an angle cross. Now let me go ahead and show it to you. I'm going to do the other side, and I'm going to show it to you sideways. So I'm doing the other side now. I'm just going to give you a better angle, though, as I do it. So now I'm going to jab with my right, cross with my left. Jab, cross. On any combo series, you want, in the entire sequence, you want it to be an exhale, okay? That whole sequence, I'm throwing the jab, then the cross, and I'm doing one long exhale during that sequence, okay? I might put some stress when I exhale on my jab, and some more, a more pronounced exhale with my cross. But the point is, I never do hold my breath, okay? Here, I'll get closer to the camera so you can hear. So you'll notice I increase the the pitch, you'll hear a higher sound with my breath when I deliver the strike. But in between both strikes, that is still one long exhale. Okay, makes sense? I might put emphasis on the strikes in that sequence, but it is still a part of one long exhale. You never hold your breath. Okay? Another thing, when you do combos, when I throw the jab, notice my other arm is up in guard. Now, when I throw the cross, the jab hand retracts back to guard, and then the cross comes out. When you exchange arms, when the other arm retracts, it becomes a guard hand. When the other arm goes out, the opposite hand becomes a guard hand. Make sense? Always do that exchange. Always have at least one guard hand up at all times. So that's the jab cross. And let me show you the hook uppercut. And again, from a natural stance. So here, I'm going to do a hook from the lead hand, an uppercut from the back, okay? Or a cannon punch. Notice, good hip rotation with the hook, good hip rotation with the cannon punch, okay? And I'll do the other side. Gotta feel that leg drive. Again, if you're not feeling that, you're losing your stance. That lets you know you need to back off, you need to reset, and start over, okay? Don't ever lose your stance, or else you're not going to have any real power. That combo is not going to do you any good. So hook, uppercut. Hook, uppercut. You see my hips turning. That drive is still coming from the back leg. That drive from the back leg is turning, is allowing me to turn my hips as I lead that drive up into my arm. I'll go ahead and face the camera now. In a natural stance, most of my weight on the back leg again. Hook, uppercut. Hook, uppercut. Switch. All right, makes sense? So that's the hook uppercut sequence. Now the jab, cross, hook. Now we're going to get a little more complex. Keep the principles of good stance work and breath in mind at all times. Let me show you this one. So in a natural stance, get centered. Pause if you need to. Always stop and take a centering breath before you start another combo, just so you can help you get grounded. Good stance, guard hands up. So the jab, cross, hook. I'm going to jab with the lead hand. The lead hand means the hand that's further out with that lead leg. Cross with the back hand. And then I'm going to hook with that front hand. So the front hand is doing two movements. It's doing two strikes. It's doing a jab and it's doing a hook. The back hand is only doing a cross. So it's jab, cross, hook. Do the other way. I'll face the camera. So I'm now on the other side, so I want to jab and hook with my left hand. My cross is coming from the right hand. Jab, cross, hook. Okay? Jab straight out, cross at an angle, hook. It's a great combo because you might stun them with a jab, and then they might deflect or dodge the cross, okay? And then you follow up with a hook in the opposite direction. So even if that person gets away or dodges, you're throwing a strike in the opposite direction, sealing the deal. jab, cross, hook, jab, cross, hook. Again, the guard hands, jab, cross, guard hand, hook, guard hand. Always exchange those hands, keeping at least one guard hand up at all times. That is the jab, cross, hook. Here's the jab, cross, uppercut. Jab, cross, uppercut. Get centered if you need to. Okay? So I'm in that natural stance. 80-90% of the weight on my back leg. This is the support leg, the stability leg. That's where my power is going to come from, once again. So the jab, cross, uppercut, excuse me. Jab, cross, uppercut. I'm going to jab with the lead hand, so my left hand here. Cross with my right. Uppercut with the front hand. Okay, so the front hand, the lead hand is doing a jab and it is doing an uppercut. It's doing 2 strikes. The back hand is only doing a cross. And you'll notice I can pivot a little forward on that uppercut. That's okay. But if I'm going like this, if I'm doing a lunge forward, that's too much. That's too much. Okay? The natural stance, you can pivot that weight a little bit forward, still pushing, driving off the back leg. But if you're like this, you're going overboard, okay? Jab, cross, uppercut. I'm going to do the other side, face the camera. So, other side, now I want to jab and do my uppercut on the lead hand. Cross comes from the back hand. See that? Jab straight on. Cross at an angle. Uppercut. It's a great combo because the cross, again, is similar to a hook punch. It's like a long-range hook punch. You're still punching at an angle, trying to kink on that chin. And if they dodge those first two, the uppercut is coming at the opponent from a completely different angle. So depending on how they dodge those first two, it's more than likely they won't see that uppercut coming. And you'll get them right here under the chin and follow through, of course. Okay, makes sense? See, on that uppercut, I drive forward a little bit. I use coming from the ground up, I transition into that hip rotation. Even my back muscles assist with that delivery. See, my back muscles contract up as I deliver that cannon punch, that uppercut. Okay, so that is the jab, cross, uppercut. Now, let's tie that all together into the jab, cross, hook, uppercut to ribs. Okay, when I say ribs, that's because when you do any of these combos, you need to have legitimate targets in mind. Meaning, targets that will allow you to deliver maximum damage to your opponent to the point where they cannot recover. You want to deliver structural damage. You don't want them to, get hit in the gut or in the upper meaty part of the upper back. It's going to hurt them, sure. It'll cause tissue damage, but once again, you want to cause structural damage. You want to cause real pain, real damage that they're not going to be able to get back up off the ground. Okay, this is self-defense. It's not fighting, so there are no rules with this. You've got a window of opportunity to deliver a combo, and in a self-defense situation, you want that combo to put them down, and so they're not able to get back up. Okay, I won't belabor that point, but what I mean is with this one, the jab, cross, hook, uppercut to ribs, you actually want to go for the floating ribs. Down here on the bottom of the ribs, you've got ribs that are not attached to the cage. They're therefore called floating ribs. They just kind of stick out here at the bottom. They're small, but that's the area of the rib cage that you want to go for. It's down here. You'll feel it on both sides. There are floating ribs here. At the bottom of your ribs, there are ribs that are not attached to the cage. those are easy to pop and break. So that's where you want to go for it. The first part of this, the jab is to the face. The cross is to the face. The hook is to the face. Your uppercut and the uppercut only in this sequence is to the floating ribs. To the floating ribs, okay? So jab to the face, cross, and of course you want to get the chin. You want to hit the button and make their head kink. Hook, go for the button, make their head kink. Those are knockout hits. If the opponent gets through all of that, bam, come with the uppercut at an angle to their body and here onto the floating ribs, thus causing structural damage. Those ribs break apart. Hopefully it causes deep tissue damage, hemorrhaging. That's what you want. Okay, this is survival. This is not just to show that you're a good fighter and that you can hurt someone, give someone a bruise. This is you really want to damage. You really want to inflict crushing wounds to your opponent, okay? So, deep breath. I'll show you this. In the front stance, you jab from the front hand, cross from the back, hook from the front, and then uppercut, it drops low. And at an angle in. At an angle in. You want to connect into those floating ribs and go up. So breaking the ribs, hopefully, the floating ribs, and causing those bone fragments to go up inside your opponent, causing more damage, okay? So it's, okay? Instead of up here, it's down here, okay? So, driving from the back leg once again. See that? Oh, excuse me. See, I really drive into that. I really use the muscles of that back leg into that. Into those ribs, okay? Full body from the ground up into those ribs and up at an upward angle. I'll do it to the camera on the other side. So I'm in the natural stance. Jab. Cross. Hook from the front hand. And the uppercut from the back hand. Into the person's body, into the side of the body. Thinking about visualizing those floating ribs. See how I angle my body? So I really want to get in there. I really want to get in there, make contact with those floating ribs, and up. I give a lot of emphasis on my breath on that final uppercut. You may be able to hear that by breathing. But again, I'm still exhaling throughout the entire sequence. I'm not holding my breath at all. I'll do it slow. Jab, cross, hook from the front hand, uppercut from the back to the floating ribs. And so that's the jab, cross, hook, uppercut to the ribs. All right, so that completes a series of well-known combinations. Those are, old school boxing techniques. Very effective. They've been around, so they'll get the job done. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to more specialized combos. Using our side knife, our sword ridge, our tiger claw, palm claw, all those other striking techniques that you have learned. We're going to start to use those, but still in a natural stance. The first one, side knife and sword ridge to neck. That's right, you're going to deliver each one to the neck, all right? Again, this isn't fighting. You're not in a cage with rules and a ref. You're on the street in a dangerous location and you get attacked, and therefore, why not go for the neck? Why not? you can do real damage real fast to the neck on any person, on anyone. You've got to keep in mind that there are some people that can take hits to the body better than others, all right? Some people can take an uppercut to the gut all day, and they've got either a conditioned abdomen or they've got a lot of mass that it's not hurting them. But I guarantee you, no one can take a full-blown punch, knife, sword ridge, the like, to the neck, okay? All you have to do is pop a disc in the vertebrae, just kink those bones on that spinal cord. You'll cause real damage. I mean, irrecoverable damage. All right? So, in a front stance, this first combination, side knife, and then a sword ridge, both to the neck. Let me get further away so you can see. Centering breath. It really does help to take a quick centering breath, at least one, before you do a combo, okay? So you can feel grounded, prepared in that natural stance. You can tell I'm in a natural stance because this front leg can move so easily. And I'm bent on that back leg, okay? So what I'm going to do is deliver a side knife. And remember, it's a knife. It's not a sword. That would be a sword. That's a knife. Notice the distance, the difference in the distance of those two strikes. With a knife, you keep an acute angle. Less than 90 degrees to 90 degrees is your range. Anything further than 90 degrees, making an obtuse angle, that would be considered a sword, okay? So again, natural stance, it's knife to the throat, as in right here, the front of the throat, knife, and then sword ridge to the side of the neck, okay? Both go to the neck, the side knife to the front of the neck, sword ridge to the side of the neck, okay? So it's why the blades are so effective for the neck is because the neck, you know, it's a smaller striking surface. It's a little more difficult to get into. So when you come in with a blade hand, as opposed to a fist you might punch down here on accident, punch a little too high, but a blade, it's a precision strike, so it can easily get in there. See that? Okay. So it's side knife to the throat, sword ridge to the side of the neck. I'm still driving my power from the back leg. On that sword ridge, remember I tuck in the thumb, and the striking surface is here, and I'm hitting the side of the neck. Whereas my first strike is getting them in the throat, in the front of the throat. So I did it this way. Now let me switch sides, but show you straight on with the camera. So knife to the throat, sword ridge to the side. Out, out. Full body, get your full body into every motion that you do. If you're just standing up here going like this with your arms, that's nothing. That's not doing you any good. I mean, it might stun the person, but again, you want to cause maximum damage because you're going to be given the limited opportunities. So the opportunities that you're given might just be a second. And in that second, you need to deliver the most damage you can. Okay? Okay. So that's the side knife sword ridge to the neck combo. All right, next. Palm claw. And as you recall, this is the palm claw. You throw it out as if a straight punch, as if a tiger claw. The only difference, it has a slight upward angle, okay? You deliver it like a straight-on attack. Like a straight-on attack. The only difference is that there's a little upward angle. So it's straight out and slightly up because you want to engage the nose of your opponent crushing that nose, back into their skull, it's going to at least, stun the hell out of that person, causing their eyes, to tear out. I mean, the nose is really sensitive, so a full on, with all the force that you have, remember relaxation to tension, relax, contract into their nose. You want to cause maximum damage. It's not just a stun, okay? I know I said the person will at least be stunned, but you want to still deliver that with maximum force, maximum power. So relaxation and tension, using the whole body, driving into their nose. It's not just a pop with the upper body. It's coming from the ground up, always, always, into their nose and through, okay? So that's the first, and you're going to do that off the lead hand in the natural stance. Completing the combo, you're going to do a tiger claw, and more specifically, a tiger claw to the liver. And let me show you where the liver is on your opponent. The liver, actually, so here are the floating ribs, right, that I was talking about earlier. Here's the rib cage. Got my hand underneath it. A lobe of the liver actually extends out from that rib cage. The liver is not fully protected on the right side of your body. A lobe extends outward. That is so right here on the soft, just under the rib cage. Here's the toughness of the rib cage. Ends right here. Liver's right here on the right hand side. So if you can get a shot right there, that's a really good blow. In fact, it is a knockout hit. It's happened before if you watch some fights on YouTube. Just type in liver shot knockout, okay? So what you're going to do, your second strike, which comes to the back, you're going to deliver it to your opponent's liver. So a tiger claw to the liver at full force, Tiger claw right here. Okay? It's going to be a little difficult because you got to keep in mind that the liver is on the right side of your opponent. So that means it's easy for me to do a palm claw with my right hand and a tiger claw to the liver from my left, because my left hand tiger claw reaches or makes contact with their right side of the body, which is where the liver is. So it's a little easier to do it on this side. If I was on this side, I do my palm claw, and I just do across the body with the tiger claw. I do the palm claw, tiger claw at a slight angle across so I can get that liver on the other side, okay? So if you're doing a right-handed tiger claw, you've got to go across to get that liver. Okay, make sense? Because it makes sense. It's just imagine a mirror image of yourself. If I were to turn around 180, you've got to think like that. Where is the liver going to be? My liver's here. The opponent in front of me, their liver is not right there on that same side. So here's my right hand side. Their liver is not straight ahead. Their liver is here, is off to my left, which is why giving a left-handed attack is so much easier, because the left hand goes straight on to the opponent's right-hand side, okay? All right. With all that in mind, let me go ahead and do this for repetitions now. So, in the natural stance, it's palm claw, and tiger claw to the liver, So, again, with the left hand, I can go straight out into the opponent's liver. You really want on that tiger claw to engage the palm. Remember with the tiger claw, yes, all these fingers make contact. It is a claw, unlike the palm claw, which those fingers are tucked. Here's the tiger claw. But you're still making most of the contact with the palm. Okay? Notice that if I do go forward, I sink down. Don't come up. That takes away the power from your legs. If you come up, they're not contractive. They're no longer explosive. Stay low. So So again, this is the easy side because my entire claw can go straight out to the opponent's liver. Okay, let me do the more difficult side, facing you. So now I'm going to deliver a tiger claw to the right-hand side, meaning I have to cross the body in order to get their liver. So it'd be palm claw, tiger claw. Palm claw, tiger claw. Palm claw, tiger claw. Palm claw comes straight out, but at an upward angle. Tiger claw is a straight attack, but in this case I have to do a little angle for it in order to get the liver. Okay, you get the idea. That's the palm claw, tiger claw to liver combo. Almost through. 3 more combos to go. Next one, we're going to use the hammer fist, a back elbow, and a back fist. And for this combo, you're actually going to defend your backside. So as if there was an opponent behind you, that's when you would use this combo. Okay? In fact, I'm going to turn around for this one so you can see what I mean. I'm still in a natural stance. I'm just facing in the opposite way of the camera, right? So imagine that there was an opponent behind me. So what I'm going to do with the hammer fist, first and foremost, if I can sense, if I knew someone was behind me, I am going to, with the backhand, so the, not the lead hand, not my hand that's further out with my front foot, but with the backhand, I am going to hammer fist, come back almost like a tricep kickback to their groin, to their nuts. That's right. You want to do a hammer fist right there on somebody, okay? That is your target. Again, it'd be illegal in a fight, but in self-defense, everything is fair game. All right? If someone's behind you, you're in a dangerous position, okay? If someone's got control of your body and they're behind you, they've got the advantage, okay? So, again, you the camera, you're my opponent, so what I would do is hammer fist to your groin. Now, since I can't see behind you, since I can't see behind my body, I might miss the groin, I might miss the nuts. I might. I throw that hand back there. I might get their leg, you know. It's hard to throw shots behind because you can't see very well. So I throw that out there, and now the elbow is going to back me up. Hammer fist, elbow. So elbow to the face, not to the neck. Don't do it to the neck. To the side of the head. Now what I'm going to do is turn around and face the camera with a spinning back fist to finish the combo. So it's groin shot with hammer fist, same arm, elbow to the side of the head, spinning back fist. Okay? Let's talk about the mechanics. So when I hit them in the groin, obviously the reaction to anybody is going to go like this. Obviously. If you get a good nut shot, person's going to go like this. So you hit there, they might drop a little. Keep that in mind when you throw that elbow. So don't throw it too high; you'll go over them. About right there, about shoulder height. Come back. You hit them on the side of the head. If you hit them on the side of the head this way, bam! It'll make their body or their head go in that direction, in the direction of your elbow, right? Which is a good thing. It's a good setup for the back fist. Because if they're going that way, now I turn around with my momentum, bam! I hit them in the opposite direction with that back fist. Meaning they're actually going into the back fist. And that creates a knockout situation, okay? So it's nut shot, elbow, back fist, spinning back fist. And now I'm facing the opponent. That's the best part of this. I'm turning completely around. And if that person's still standing, obviously I'm in a more advantageous position, okay? So it's... and then set. Bam, bam, bam. Okay? Watch the transition with the feet. This foot slides. I just shift my feet and unleash the back fist. Why I said don't elbow in the neck is because if you elbow them in the neck, they're going to kink into it. They're going to kink in that way so that when you deliver the back fist, you might miss them entirely because they're kinked over, they're falling down, okay? Hit someone in the neck and they tend to go like that. But if you just pop him in the head, oh, he's going to go like this. Or she's going to go like this, leading them, bam, right into the back fist. Oh, oops, I did a ham fist back fist, excuse me. Okay. So now I'm going to do it on the other side, but facing the camera so you can see it this way. So now, I want to use my right hand. It's going to come back, boom, behind. As if there was a person behind me, trying to get those nuts. Bam. Same arm goes into elbow this way. Now this hand goes to back fist. I spin, and I just shift in that triangle stance, like we do in blind reflex. We just shift in it. See, I'm facing this way. Now I'm facing that way. It's easy to shift in the triangle stance, okay? All right, so again. Oh, excuse me, this way. Natural stance. Bam, bam, bam. Makes sense. Groin shot. Elbow to the side of the head, back fist to the side of the head, and through. When you throw that spinning back fist, let the momentum carry. Go through. It's not just a slap. I know we've done back fist from the front where you just slap it out. Spinning back fist, come all the way through. You want maximum momentum. So again. Oops. Okay, you get the idea. Front elbow, upper elbow. This is very simplistic. You will use this with the natural stance in severely close range, if the opponent's pretty much right on you, cutting your striking range. It's all elbows. So here I'm going to get grounded in the natural stance. It's lateral elbow, upper elbow. Lateral, upper. Lateral, upper. As if you were doing a hook, uppercut. As if you were doing a hook, uppercut. Okay? Except you're using elbows. So again, I'll do you a few more on this side. Now I'm going to switch sides, face the camera. You start with the front leg. So lead hand and lead leg, elbow. Back elbow, front elbow. I'll do it slow. Elbow across. Elbow across. Elbow up. Watch the guard hands. Elbow. 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 See, my guard hands always trade. I'm still blasting from the back leg. This is my power leg. Oops, I did it wrong. Sorry. slow, lateral, lateral, upper. Drive on those legs. If you don't, it's nothing. Okay, last one, last combo. You're going to do this one if you have back control. So if you actually get behind someone, that's what this combo is for. So you've got to imagine right now that there's a person that I'm to someone's back. I could get a rear chokehold on him or her. I can do whatever. I got back control. All right? So you, the camera, just imagine that you're turned back to me, that I have your back, which means I've got access to your neck, to your lower spine, to your kidneys, okay? And everything else on the back side. Why I said neck, lower spine, and kidneys? Well, because those are the fragile areas. Those are the areas you need to target. Once again, this is self-defense. It's not fighting. So you've got to be raw. You've got to be visceral. You've got to do maximum damage. So for this combo, it involves the hook, again in a natural stance. So again, I'm on someone's backside. Person's right here. I'm pretty much right on them. I could just put my hands on his or her shoulder like this if I wanted to, okay? This is where the person is, right here in front. From the front hand, I am going to deliver 2 hooks to the kidney. 1, 2, in sequence. Then with the back hand, I'm going to do a hammer fist to the back of the neck. So hammer fist, bottom of the hand, it's going to come out, bam, popping the back of their neck. So bam, just like that, bam, on the back of the neck. And then I'm going to do, I'm going to do 2 hooks to the kidney. Back fist hammer, or I'm sorry, hammer to the back of the neck, and then a side knife to the neck. And where I want you to hit with the side knife is here. Okay? So the hammer fist is going to get the back of the neck here, and the side knife is going to get at an angle in here. Okay? In here, at an angle in here, where shoulder and neck, you know, that gap in between, right here, is where the side knife lands. Okay? So here it is. This is what it looks like. It's okay? The front hand is going to deliver 2 hooks to the kidney. The kidney, these fatty parts of your back, say I can grab some skin, see that? That's where your kidneys are. So the hooks, 2 hooks right here on that fatty spot. And you're going to get the kidney twice. Okay? From the front hand, back hand, hammer fist to the back of the neck, side knife, neck. So here, this is what it looks like, full speed. Sorry about that. Full speed. Need to get away from this thing. Sorry about that. Hook, hook. Okay, that hook is a little bit at an angle, okay? I'm not doing an uppercut into the kidney. I'm angling that hook in. It's still a sideways motion. It's not an upper motion. It's sideways. Hook, hook, okay? It's a little bit at an angle, though. But I'm still lateral with it as opposed to going up. So it's hook, hook, hammer fist, knife. See where that knife goes? Right into that spot in between neck and shoulder. Okay? Alright. Let me do other side facing you. So imagine that I've got your backside right now. This is where your shoulders would be. I am behind you. So I'm going to deliver 2 hooks to your kidney. With backhand, back fist to your back of your neck, side knife in that neck spot here between shoulder and neck. Let's do that one again. No. Kidney, kidney, neck, neck, kidney, kidney, neck, neck. Drive on the leg, drive on the leg. Okay. And that's it. Those are the combos. And thanks for watching. Practice. Take some centering breaths. I need a few right now. And take care. I'll see you next time.